Hey everybody, welcome back to our weekly Let's Try series. This time we're trying On the Horizon. Nowhere Fast. Or Nowhere Fast on the Horizon, more specifically, I think. I believe this is a prologue for the someday project of Nowhere Fast. That's why it's on the horizon. The streaks of orange spreading through the sparsely clouded sky set Angel on edge. At war with the comfort she receives from the low and steady rumble of her van's engine. Sunlight doesn't sear through her flesh, she's learned. Not at first, anyway. But she's also learned not to stand in it for too long. She's made into an ant caught under a magnifying glass, unaware of what is being done until there's an unmistakable scent of burning flesh and hair. There's no burst of flame, no pile of ash, but it fucking hurts. So, as the sun rises, anxiety sinks into Angel's gut. Can we have... narration speed? There we go. Like, calm down a little bit. Let's give me some populations. Yeah, there we go. She does what she can to cram her days into the dark hours of night. Hours that are in short supply this time of year. It reminds her of past stints on the road, of deadlines and forcing herself to meet them, of seeing rest stop after rest stop and passing them by because there's no time to rest. That was another life. In this one, she's nearly out of gas. She's hungry, too. An emptiness tears at her insides, aching nearly as much as her anxiety. Her hunger is not so easily solved, but an exit sign declaring the existence of a nearby gas station provides a clear solution to at least one of her problems. Angel pulls off the stretch of highway, exiting and heading toward the gas station. The parking lot is rimmed with a warm glow and mostly devoid of other vehicles. Angel pulls up near a gas pump. As she hops out of her van, the morning stillness is cut through by a sharp, high-pitched voice shouting on the other end of the lot. A girl with frizzy hair stands wedged between a pickup truck and its open door, one foot propped up on the running board, arguing with the figure in the driver's seat. You're treating me like some dumb errand girl. Why do I always have to go by myself? You're grown. I'm sure you can handle it. Angel has to strain to hear the other person. They aren't shouting like they're nasally combatant, but their voice is heavy with frustration. More like I can handle paying for everything, right? As if I'm not just as broke as you. Maybe you should have thought about that before deciding to play tag along. Look, can you just go inside, get your shit? Can you do this one thing? This one thing. Like it's ever one thing. I paid last time. Her words are tangled in a thin whine, piping through the parking lot. The truck's driver raises their voice now, too. God. You never shut your fucking... You know you're not just wasting my time, but yours too? You could be done and back by now, you know that? Or are you too stupid to get that, too? The girl looks like she's about to say something, but it's cut off. Go. He steps back from the running board and doesn't say anything for a moment, before spitting back her reply. Whatever. You owe me, and you know it. The car door slams, and Angel quickly drops her gaze, ears flicking back. Hoping her eavesdropping has gone unnoticed, the girl disappears into the gas station. Angel takes a moment to read the number at the pump before closing the door to her vehicle. She'll need to head inside as well. She closed her bank account a while ago, emptied it of all her cash. It was one of her first steps to severing the ties to an identity she will need to let go of someday. It's made some things less convenient, like paying for gas. But it will be one last thing to worry about in the long run, so she tries not to let it bother her. There are worse sacrifices. So we're on the run. That is a photo of a rabbit on the top of that. It's a wild visual to mix in here. I was looking at the last sign with the quick fix and whatnot. I was wondering what percentage of like the signs might be edited before the filter is applied to be to have like fictional labeling instead of what would have been in the original photo. Because obviously these are photos as a starting point. A subdued bell chimes as Angel steps to the door. The girl from before is already there at the checkout counter, leaning over the row of impulse buy candies and chewing gum, asking questions about some of the lotto tickets plastered on the wall behind the cashier. Angel keeps her head down, making her way to the aisles of convenience offerings and away from the counter up front. The fluorescent lights overhead flicker faintly. Some poppy country tune croons over the hum of the refrigerator's chilling, frosty beers and sodas. Keeping herself fed is nearly impossible these days. She paces through the rows of snappy slogans and brightly printed colors plastered on overpriced junk food. Every now and then she pauses and picks something up, turns it over in her hands and feigns contemplation as she reads through the ingredient list, knowing none of it is anything that she can stomach. These used to be a quick pick-me-up she could turn to during breaks from her long bouts of driving. Something simple to keep her going while running on fumes, but there's no longer any comfort left in their ease and mediocrity. She knows what her next meal will be, even if she isn't sure when. Even if she isn't sure how exactly she'll get it. A store-bought slab of raw meat that tempers her hunger for just a moment, but afterward leaves her ill and retching. Slaughtering a few head and some poor farmer's livestock, her act of theft, the lesser of two evils. Or another option, she fights not to entertain. It's not that she wants it, she needs it, thirsts for it, but she never wants it. The craving for something fresh, something real, something human. She hasn't sunk that low. Not yet. Still, it gnaws at her, worries inside her. She prays she can continue to keep those pangs at bay. Oh, so they weren't joking about the flesh searing her skin after a bit. And keeping her activities at night while being on the run. So she specifically needs to eat uncooked meat, apparently? Not entirely clear if that involves the blood aspect or not. But she's a vampire. She's some kind of vampire, clearly, or a ghoul or something. Angel's frenzied musing is interrupted by a familiar pitchy voice, raised and red hot once again. Can you not fucking read? This guy looks so done. Angel slides up closer to the front, keeping a short distance between herself and the stranger, acting like she hasn't fully committed to waiting in line behind her. It literally says right there. Yeah, you know what else it says? This card's expired. I can't sell to someone with an expired ID. A small pull of sympathy wells up within Angel, just for an instant. It quickly gives way to momentary panic. She has no idea what she'll do when her own ID expires. It's still current, and even once it needs to be updated, it won't truly matter for a few years yet, but things will stop adding up at some point. She's bound to start raising questions sooner or later. That doesn't... It's not like my age changes just because of some stupid piece of plastic says it's expired. Not my rules. You want to be a big girl? Buy your own tobacco? Take care of your shit. trying to remember if there's any justification for that, because I think there isn't. Probably. It's like it's fucking. It's a piece of ID that supposedly perfectly proves. I don't know about perfectly. It's supposed to be adequate proof of what your age is, and the information stays the same forever because you don't change birthdays. And it was approved at one point as being a valid ID. It's like the idea that your ID can expire and that matters is like just irritating as a concept. The girl hisses. The cashier bucks his head, motioning her away. Come on, you're holding up the line. There's no one in line. She turns to look behind her, startled by Angel. For a moment, her eyes look like they may catch fire. She snaps her head back around, snatching the troublesome ID off the countertop as she spits a final complaint. This is such bullshit. Tough titty, kid. She stalks past Angel, shooting her a vicious glare as though she's as much to blame as the cashier, or, hell, federal law. The door chimes again as she disappears outside. You need something? Angel walks up to the checkout counter. She shakes her head, trying to clear it of the momentary spiral. She frees her wallet from her back pocket and thumbs through her cash. Just $20 on pump 4, please. Now that is a big old hair wedge of a head. Hair as in rabbit and whatnot. Rabbits, bunnies, hair. Actually, I don't know any of the words involved. I'm just gonna not care there. She looks huge. I have not tried to draw a character quite like that. No. I drew a rabbit a few months ago, but definitely a different overall vibe and structure, yeah. Her ID looks back up at her from the billfold and she hesitates, then slides it toward the cashier. And a pack of Reds. When Angel steps back outside, the sunrise's golden hue is mostly dissipated into the lazy, silvery glow of early morning. The sky always has this habit of changing more quickly than she expects. Then she is stopped in her tracks. Oh, they threw out all of her shit. So they were just trying to get rid of her, basically. Just go in the store and then drive off. The truck that had previously been parked is gone, but the loud girl remains, alone. She is hunched over and shakily stuffing loose clothing into a worn duffel bag. More clothes are strewn in a haphazard heap across the concrete. She rubs a hand across her face. Her sniffling deepens into a body-racking sob before she shrinks into herself. She clutches her small bundle of clothes to her chest as if it were a little wounded creature. Angel narrows her eyes at the horizon. The rising sun casting fiery pinpricks into her flesh. She can hold that a little while longer. She steps forward and leans over, gathering some of the discarded belongings into her muscled arms. The stranger goes stock still. Angel holds out her things to her. You okay? She flicks a hand, gesturing resentfully, obviously, at herself. What does it fucking look like? Yeah, alright. Kind of a stupid question. But the girl takes the proffered clothing with a soft touch and tucks it away in the bag at her side. Her eyes are still bleary and now seem to be guarding the ground, but she's no longer crying. Angel crouches down, pulling the pack of cigarettes from a pocket. She holds these out too. Sorry, I didn't catch what kind you wanted. Figure anything's gotta be better than nothing though, right? This gets the girl to look back up. There's some genuine surprise in her eyes, then suspicion, as they trail down to the cigarettes in Angel's hand. Her movements are slow, thoughtful, apprehensive. She finally reaches out, grazing her hand over the pack of cigarettes as she collects it from Angel's palm. Even once they're gone, the touch of her fingertips lingers there. It's soft, but sears like daylight. Or maybe it really is just the morning sun. Angel straightens up, and so does her new acquaintance, who slings her bag over her shoulder and holds the cigarette pack close. What happened? Guess I got dumped. We got full body sprites. Whoa. Digitigrade characters and also straight up drawing feet on a sprite is exceptionally rare. Like, holy shit, rare for this entire genre and medium. I should have seen this coming. It's all so fucking stupid. That pang of sympathy rises back up within Angel. Where were you headed? She shrugs, shoulders slumped. Nowhere, really. I just kinda like, go with the flow. Angel gives her a hesitant smile. Wherever the wind takes you? Maybe more like following the leader. She's still shaking off the tinge of tears in her voice, the rawness. The two fall into silence. And then Angel is speaking before she fully catches up to whatever she's saying, overpowered by the need to do something for this loud and rude and frizzy-haired girl, left all alone. You could come with me. I mean, I could get you to wherever you need to go. Or you could just, you know, tag along. Angel doesn't have a response for that. That didn't turn out so good for me last time. You sure? She's already brightening up, rekindling those sparks she's shown throughout the morning. It'd be nice having someone else to talk to. Yeah? Where are you going? Angel knits her brow, shaken by this question, so obvious now that it had been asked. She's aimless, wandering. This is the first time she managed to admit it to herself. She doesn't want to admit it to her new companion, but it's the truth. The road is a comfort to her. Her van, too. They're the perfect way for her to run away. From her old life, from her job, from her family, and with any luck, from herself. Same as you? Nowhere? I don't know. Angel breathes in deep. It's unnecessary, but it steadies her. I'll know when I get there. And that part's also the truth. She hopes. Right now. She tosses a sidelong glance at her van, at the pump across the parking lot. I've got a tank that needs filling. That is a lot of stickers. A Betty Boop that looks like it has little ears. A Dare sticker. A lot going on there. Stay in school. Honk if you love cowgirls? At the van, she holds the passenger door open for Leota. Leota? We hadn't... Is that the name of the van? Or is the name of the girl? We hadn't named anyone yet. You want to stick around and see if your ride comes back? I don't mind wait... No way. I'm pretty sure I got her message loud and clear. And you know, it says I'm a huge colossal bitch. Angel laughs. Yeah, I'd say that's a good read on it. Her laugh is returned with a smile, and then the girl hops up into the van, placing her bag in her lap once she settles. Angel finishes filling the gas tank and returns the nozzle to its hook on the pump. She takes her place behind the wheel and then sharply turns to face the passenger seat, having just made a realization. Oh, shit. My name's Angel, by the way. Yeah? She wrinkles her nose with a grin. Of course it is. I'm Leota. So it just was a mistake. They named Leota earlier than she was named. There's a soft twang in her voice when Leota says her name. Angel likes it. Well, it's real nice to meet you, Leota. Somehow, Angel managed to turn away from her, setting her sights on the road. He turns the key to the ignition. Let's get going. They leave the gas station. Above them, the sky is a clear and placid blue, dashed only with soft wisps of white clouds, any hint of the golden sunrise all but forgotten. For now, hidden behind the darkened windows of her van, Angel doesn't have to worry about the creeping heat of day. She doesn't tie herself up in knots with fears of a new tomorrow. Instead, she listens to her new companion, laughs with her, shares with her, and wonders where this road will take the both of them. They continue on the black asphalt, sprawling before them, just as the sun continues its climb, pulling itself higher and higher above the horizon. It's the morning still. Oh. To be continued in nowhere fast. There you go. That's the whole intro. That's how these two originally met. Mostly had implication there, the hints of like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean she's a vampire? Like, what? There's so much to take in there, and it's not directly acknowledged, so you're just like, what is this game's deal? Thank you for playing. This is my first visual novel, and it began as a test piece to get a handle on the Ren'Py software. It also functions as a pilot for a longer upcoming project, Nowhere Fast. If you enjoyed this and like to follow further development, please check out the SoftSoft website, that's a name, for some more information, updates, behind the scenes. Music by Caffeine Creek Band from Pixabay. Some background photo source from Unsplash, Pixabay, and Pexels. Nowhere Fast logo uses text effects by blah 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 blah. Sound effects by that, blah blah blah, the Ren'Py stuff. Alright. That's some solid art. That's just a really cool character design in general, too. You don't get a lot of rabbits, especially like creative, particular rabbits that like incorporate parts of their design and not just kind of being like a generic rabbit that's just a drawing of a rabbit with a human body, basically. That's a cool character design. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today, though. That's all we got for this one. So you can check out the link in the description to visit the store page for the game itself. And from there you can actually follow the creator, and then you'll be able to get emails when any updates happen to either this prologue or the eventual game. Because that's how itch.io works, and if you don't manually follow people, you might never find stuff, because who knows when the next weird anti-queer shadow ban will happen again, because that's the fun climate we were making art in these days. See you guys next time.